upon this fashion bequeath me by will but pour 1,000 crowns. And, as thou sayest, charge my brother with his blessing to breed me well. And there begins my sadness, for my brother stays me here at home, unkept. For call you that keeping a gentleman of my birth, that differs not from the stalling of an ox? I, his brother, gain nothing under him but growth, for which his animals on his dunghills are as much bound to him as I. I mean, this is it, Adam, that grieves me. And the spirit of my father, which I think is within me, begins to mutiny against this servitude. I will no longer endure it, yet I know no wise remedy how to avoid it.
Yonder comes your brother, my master.
Go apart, Adam, and thou shalt hear how you will shake me up.
Now, sir, what make you here?
Nothing, sir. I'm not taught to make anything.
What mar you then, sir?
Marry, sir, I am helping you to mar that with which God made. A poor, unworthy brother of yours with idleness.
Oh, marry, sir, be better employed, and be not a one.
What? Shall I keep your hogs and eat husks with them? What prodigal portion have I spent that I should come to such penury?
Know where you are, sir.
I, sir, here in your orchard.
Know you before whom, sir?
I, sir, I confess you're coming before me.
What boy?
Come, elder brother, you're too young in this.
Wilt thou lay hands on me, villain?
No, villain!
Oh, gentlemen, be at peace. We'll follow. Remembrance, be in accord.
God, let me go, I say!
Till I please.
Ah!
You shall hear me. My father charged you in his will to give me good education. Or you have trained me like a peasant, obscuring and hiding all gentlemanlike qualities from me, and I will no longer endure it. All right, therefore, allow me such exercises as may become a gentleman, or give me the poor lottery my father left me. And with that I will go buy my fortune.
And what wilt thou do? Beg when it is spent? Get you in. I will not long be troubled with you. You shall have some part of your will. Now pray you, leave.
I will no further offend you than becomes me for my good.
Get you with them, you all!
Oh, is old dog my reward then? True, I have lost my teeth in your service. God be with my old master. He would not have spoke such a word.
LeBeau! Or was not Charles the Duke's wrestler here to speak? Call him in. It will be a good way. Tomorrow the rest.
Good morrow, your worship.
Good, Mr. Charles. What's the new news in the new court?
Well, there's no new news except the old news. That is that the old Duchess has been banished by the new Duke, her younger brother. And 3 or 4 loving lords have put themselves into exile with her, leaving their lands and riches to the Duke. Therefore, he gives them plenty leave to wander.
Well, can you tell if Rosalind, the Duchess's daughter, be banished as well?
No, the Duke's daughter, her cousin, so loves her, being bred from the cradle as they were. No, she would rather put herself into exile or die and stay behind with her. Now, she's at the court, ever so beloved of her uncle as his own daughter. Never two ladies love as they do.
Where will the old Duchess live?
They say she's in the forest of Arden, and many a merry men have joined her. You know, they say it's like the old Robin Hood of England.
Now what? You wrestle tomorrow before the new Duke?
Married, I do, sir. I've come to acquaint you with a matter. I am secretly to understand that your younger brother, Orlando, has a disposition to come against me. Sir, tomorrow, I wrestle for my credit. Now, I come to acquaint you with all that either you dissuade him from his intendment, or brook such disgrace that he shall run into, or altogether against my will.
Charles, I thank thee for thy love for me, which thou will find I will most kindly requite. I too have noticed a secret and villainous contriver against me, his natural brother. Therefore, use thy discretion. I had a sleep thou did break his neck as his finger, and thou wert best look to it. For he will practice against thee with poison, entrap thee by some treacherous device, and never leave thee alone until he hath taken thy life by some indirect means or other. For I assure you, there is none so young, so villainous this day living.
I'm glad I came hither to you. Tomorrow, when he comes,
I'll give him his payment, brother.
But, if he ever walks alone again, I shall wrestle for prize no more. May God keep your worship.
Farewell, good Charles. Now will I stir this gamester, and I hope I shall see an end to it. For my soul, and yet I know not why, hates nothing more than him.
Pray thee, Rosalind, sweet my cousin, be merry.
Dear Celia, I show more mirth than I am mistress of, and would you yet I were merrier? Unless you could teach me to forget a banished mother, you must not learn me to remember any extraordinary pleasure.
Herein I see thou lovest me not with the full weight that I love thee. If my aunt, thy banished mother, had banished thy uncle, the Duke, my father, so thou hadst been still with me, I could have taught my love to take thy mother for my own. So wouldst thou, if the truth of thy love to me were so righteously tempered as mine is to thee.
Well, I will forget the condition of my estate and rejoice in yours.
You know, my father hath no child but I, nor none is like to have, and truly, when he dies, thou shalt be his heir. For what he hath taken from thy mother perforce, I will render thee again in affection. By mine honor, I will. And when I break that oath, let me turn monster. Therefore, my sweet Rose, my dear Rose, be merry.
From henceforth I will, coz, and devise sports. Let's see. What think you of falling in love?
Marry, I prithee do, to make sport withal, but love no man in good earnest, nor no further in sport neither then. With safety of a pure blush, thou mayst in honor come off again. How now, wit, whither wander you?
Mistress, you must come away to your father.
Were you made the messenger?
No, by mine honor. But I was bid to come for you.
Where learned you that oath, fool?
Of a certain knight that swore by his honor that they were good pancakes, and swore by his honor that the mustard was not. Now I'll stand to it that the pancakes were not, and the mustard was good, and yet was not the knight forsworn.
How prove you that in the great heap of your knowledge?
Aye, Mary, unmuzzle your wisdom.
Stand you both forth now, stroke your chins, and swear by your beards that I am a knave.
By our beards, if we had them, thou art.
By my knavery, if I had it, then I were. But if you swear by that it is not, then you are not forsworn. Nor was that knight swearing by his honor, for he never had any. For if he had, he swore it away long before he ever saw those pancakes or that mustard.
Here comes LeBeau,
With his mouth full of news.
which he will put on us as pigeons feed their young.
Ooh, then we shall be news
All
cramped.
the better we shall be, the more marketable. Bonjour, LeBeau, what's the news?
Fair princess, you have lost much good sport.
Sport? Well, what color?
What color, madam? How shall I answer you?
As wit and fortune will.
Or as destiny's decree.
Well said. That was laid on with a trowel.
Nay, I keep not my rank.
Thy loosest thy old smell.
You amaze me, ladies. I would have told you of good wrestling, which you have lost the sight of.
Yet tell us the manner of the wrestling.
I will tell you the beginning, and if it so please your ladyships, you will see the end. For the best is yet to do, and here where you are, they're coming to perform it.
Well, the beginning, that is dead and buried.
Yonder shore they are coming. Let us now stay and see it.
Come, but the youth won't be entreated. You don't have him on his folly.
I, my liege, so please you give us leave.
Oh, you'll take little delight in it. I can tell you, there's such odds in the man. In pity of the child's youth, I would say dissuade him, but he will not be entreated. Oh, speak to him, ladies. Perhaps you can move him.
A gentleman. Oh. Have you challenged Charles the wrestler?
No, fair princess. He is the general challenger. I come but in as others do to try within the strength of my youth.
Young gentlemen, your spirits are too bold for your years. You have seen cruel proof of this man's strength, we pray you, for your own sake, to embrace your own safety and give over this attempt.
Do. Young sir, your reputation shall therefore not be misprized. We will make it our suit to the Duke that the wrestling might not go forward.
I beseech you, punish me not with your hard thoughts, wherein I confess me much guilty to deny so fair and excellent ladies anything. But let your fair eyes and gentle wishes go with me to my trial, wherein if I be foiled, there is but one shamed that was never gracious. If killed, but one dead that was willing to be so. I shall do my friends no wrong, for I have none to lament me, the world no injury, for in it I have nothing. Only in the world I fill up a place which may be better supplied when I have made it empty.
The little strength I have, I would it were with you.
And mine to eke out hers.
Fare you well.
Your heart's desires be with you.
Bravo! Yes, Charles with baseball. Bravo! 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 Hip, hip, huzzah!
Yeah, Charles! All right! Over here! Who's so desirous to lie with Mother Earth?
Ready, sir? But it will have it in a more modest working.
You should try but one fall.
No, I wanted to, Grace. Do not grant him a second for one who's so persuaded from a first.
You mean to mock me after? You should not have mocked me before, but come your ways.
Hercules, be thy speed, young man!
Here. How dost thou, Charles?
He can't speak, my lord.
Oh, bear him away. What is thy name, young man?
Orlando, my liege, the youngest son of Sir Roland de Boys.
I would thou had been son to another father. For all the world did esteem thy father honorable, I still found him mine enemy. Thou wouldst have pleased me better with this deed had thou descended from another house, but fare thee well. Thou art a gallant youth. I wish you had told me of another father.
Were I my father, cuz, would I do this? Gentle cousin, let us go thank him and encourage him. My father's rough and envious disposition sticks me at the heart. Sir, you are well deserved. If you do keep your promises and love, but justly, as you have exceeded all promise, your mistress shall be happy.
A gentleman. Wear this for me. One out of suits with fortune, that could give more, but her hand lacks means. Shall we go? Yes.
Aye. Fare you well, fair gentlemen.
Can I not say thank you?
My fortunes! I'll ask him what he will. Did you call, sir? Sir, you have wrestled well and overthrown more than your enemies.
Will you go, cuz?
Have with you. Fare you well.
Fair. What passion hangs these weights upon this tongue? I cannot speak to her, yet she urged conference. Oh, poor Orlando, thou art overshaken, or Charles or something weaker masters thee.
Oh, good sir, I do in friendship counsel you to leave this place. Be it, you have deserved high commendation, true applause, and love, yet such is now known to the Duke that he misconstrues all that you've done. He's humorous. What he is indeed more suits you to convenience than I to speak of.
I thank you, and pray you tell me this. Which two of the daughter was Duke that was here at the wrestling?
Neither his daughter, we judge by manners. But indeed, the lesser is his daughter. The other is daughter to the banished Duchess, here detained by her usurping uncle to keep his daughter company.
I thank you. Rest much bound to you. Fare you well. Thus must I from the smoke to the smother, from tyrant Duke into a tyrant brother, but heavenly Rosalind.
Why, cousin? Why, Rosalind? Cupid have mercy, not a word.
Not one to throw at a dog.
But is all this for your mother?
No, some of it is for my child's father.
Come, wrestle with thy affection.
They take the part of a better wrestler than myself. Oh, look, here comes the Duke.
With his eyes full of anger.
Mistress, get safest haste and get thee from our court.
Me, uncle.
Oh, you, cousin, if within the 10 days you be found as near as 20 miles our public court, you die for it.
I beseech your grace, let me the knowledge of my fault bear with me. If that I do have knowledge with myself, or hold acquaintance with mine own desires, if that I do not dream, or be not frantic, which I know I am not, then, dear uncle, never so much than in a thought unborn did I offend your highness.
Let it be suffice to thee that I trust thee not.
Your mistrust cannot make me a traitor.
Huh.
Tell me whereon the likelihood depends.
Thou art thy daughter. Thy daughter, there's enough.
So was I when your highness took her dukedom. So was I when your highness banished her. Treason is not inherited, my lord. Or if we did derive it from our friends, what's that to me? My mother was no traitor.
Dear Sovereign, hear me speak.
Aye. We did always stay her for your sake, else she would have her mother range.
I did not entreat to have her stay. It was your pleasure and your own remorse. I was too young then to value her, but now I know her. Why, if she be a traitor, then so am I. Still we have slept together, rose in an instant, learned, eat, play together, and wheresoever we went, like Juno's swans, still we went coupled and inseparable.
She is too smooth for thee. Her suppleness, her very silence and her patience speak to the people. They pity her. Thou art a fool. She robs thee of thy name. And then, once she is hence, you will shine brighter and more fair. No! Seal up thy lips! Irrevocable is my doom that I have laid upon her. She is banished.
Pronounce that sentence then on me, my liege. I cannot live without her company.
Thou art a fool. Beast, provide for thyself. If thou stays the time, thou dies.
Oh, my poor Rosalind. Whither wilt thou go? I charge thee, be not more grieved than I am.
I have more cause.
Thou hast not, cousin. Prithee, be cheerful. Knowest thou not the Duke hath banished me, his daughter?
That he hath not.
No, hath not. Rosalind lacks then the love which teacheth thee that thou and I am one. For by this heaven, now when our sorrows pale, say what thou canst, I'll go with thee. Whither shall we go? To seek my aunt in the forest of Arden.
Alas, What danger will it be to us, maids as we are, to travel forth so far? Beauty provoketh thieves sooner than gold.
I'll put myself in poor and mean attire, the like to you. So shall we go along and never stir assailants.
Were it not better that I suited myself at all points like a man? A gallant curtle axe on my thigh, a boar spear in my hand, and in my heart, a swashing and a martial outside, as many other mannish cowards have.
But what shall I call thee when thou art a man?
I'll have no better name than Jove's own page, and therefore look you call me Ganymede. But what shall you be called?
No longer Celia, but Aliena.
Cousin, would it not be better if we essayed to steal the clownish fool out of your father's court? Would he not be a comfort to our travels?
He'll go over the wide world with me. Leave me alone to woo him. Let's away and get our jewels and our wealth together. Devise the fittest time and safest way to hide us from pursuit that will be made after my flight. Now go we in content to liberty and not to banishment.
Who's there?
What? Oh, young master, gentle master, oh, kind master, oh, memory of old Sir Roland, why, what would thou here? Why should thou be so fond as to overturn the bonny prize of a humorous youth? Oh, your praises are sanctified and holy traitors to you.
Why, Adam, what is the matter?
Go not within this house, unhappy youth, for within this roof dwells the enemy of all thy virtues, your brother. And I call him not your brother, and yet the son, but I will not call him son, and I was in his father. Have heard your praises, and means this night to burn the lodging in which you lie, and you with it. Failing at that, he has other means to draw you out. I have overheard him and his practices. This is no place. This house is but a butchery.
Why whither, Adam? Wouldst thou have me go?
No matter whither, just not here.
What? Wouldst thou have me go and beg my food? Or with the base and boisterous sword enforce the thievish living on the common road?
Oh, no.
I rather will subject me to the malice of my diverted blood and bloody brother.
But do not so. I have 500 crowns. The hire saved under your father, all this I will give to you. But let me be your servant. Although I look old, I am yet strong and lusty. Yeah, I will do the work of a younger man in all your businesses and necessities.
Good old man, thou prunest a rotten tree that cannot so much as a blossom yield in lieu of all thy pains and husbandry. But come thy ways. Ere thy youthful wages spent will light upon some settled low content.
Go on, thy master, and I will follow thee to the last gasp of truth and loyalty. Since 17 till now, near 80 years, here lived I. But live here no more.
Oh, Jupiter, how weary are my spirits.
I care not for my spirit, if my legs were not weary.
Oh, I could find it in my heart to disgrace my man's apparel and to cry like a woman.
I pray you, bear with me. I cannot go no further.
Well, this is the forest of Arden.
Aye, and now am I in Arden. The more fool I. But when I was at home, I was in a better place. But must be
Aye, be so good, touchstone.
Still, if thou knew how I do love her.
I partly guessed, ere I've loved for now.
No, Corin. Being old, thou cannot guess. Though in thy youth thou was a true lover, then he sighed upon him in thy pillow. But if thy love were like to mine, which I doubt no man has ever loved so, how many actions most ridiculous hast thou been drawn to by thy fancy?
Into 1,000 that I've forgotten.
Oh, then thou hast not loved so heartily. If thou can't remember the slightest folly that thy love made thee run to, thou hast not loved. or thou hast sat, as I do now, wearing hearily in thy mistress's praise, thou hast not loved, or thou hast broken from company abruptly, as my passion now makes me, thou hast not loved. Oh, Phoebe, Phoebe, Phoebe! Oh. No, I'm fine. Phoebe, Phoebe, Phoebe,
Alas, poor shepherd, searching of thy wound, I have by hard adventure found mine own.
And I mine.
I pray you, one of you question yon band. If he for gold will give us any food, I faint almost to death.
Hey, you clown!
Who calls?
Your betters, sir.
Else they're very wretched.
Peace, peace. A good even to you, sir.
And to you, sir. And to you.
I prithee, shepherd, if that love or gold can in this desert place buy entertainment, bring us where we may rest ourselves and feed. There is a young maid with travel much oppressed who faints for succor.
There, sir, I pity her. And for her sake more than my own, wish my fortunes were better able to relieve her. I'm shepherd to another man, and do not shear the fleeces that I graze. My master is of a churlish disposition, and little weeks to find the way to heaven by doing deeds of hospitality. Besides that, his coat, his flock and bounds of feed, all on sale now at his sheepcote. By reason of his absence, there is nothing. But what there is, come and see, and by my voice most welcome shall you be.
Oh, gentle master, I can go no further. I die for food. Oh, lay me down here and measure out my grave. Farewell, gentle master.
Why, how now, Adam? No greater heart in thee? Live a little. Comfort a little. Cheer thyself a little. If this uncouth forest yield anything savage, I will either bring food for thee or bring it for myself. But if thou diest before I come, thou art a mocker of my labor. Well said. Thou lookest cheerly, and I will be with thee quickly. Yet thou liest in the bleak air. Come, I will bear thee to some shelter, and thou shalt not die for lack of a dinner if there live anything in this desert. Cheerly, good Adam.
Now, my co-mates and brothers in exile, hath not this life more sweet than painted pomp? Are not these woods more free from peril than the envious court? Here feel we but the penalty of Adam. The season's difference is the icy fang and churlish chiding of the winter's wind, which when it bites and blows upon my body, even till I shrink with cold, I smile and say, this is no flattery. These are counselors that feelingly persuade me what I am. Sweet are the uses of adversity, which like the toad, ugly and venomous, wears yet a precious jewel in his head. And this, our life exempt from public haunt, finds tongues in trees, books in the running brooks, sermons in stone, and good in everything. I would not change it.
Happy is your grace that can translate the stubbornness of fortune, so quiet and so sweet a style. Under the greenwood tree, who loves to laugh with me, and turn his merry note unto the sweeper souls. Come with me, and there will find no enemy, no winter. And love was
love you.
More, I prithee more.
It will make you melancholy, Monsieur Jacques.
I thank it. I can suck melancholy out of a song as a weasel sucks eggs. More, I prithee more.
My voice is ragged. I know I cannot please you.
I do not desire you to please me. I do desire you to sing. Come, another stanzo. Call you them stanzos.
What you will, Monsieur Jacques.
Nay, I care not for their names. They owe me nothing. Will you sing?
More at your request than to please myself.
Why then, if ever I thank any man, I'll thank you.
Who doth ambition shun, and loves to live in the sun, seeking the food he eats, and pleased with what he gets. Come by me, and there will find no enemy but winter and the brother.
Forbear and eat no more,
Why, I've eaten none yet.
nor shalt not till necessity be served.
Oh, what kind should this cock come of?
Art thou thus bolden, man, by thy distress, or else a rude despiser of good manners, that in civility thou seemst so empty?
The thorny point of bare distress have taken from me the show of smooth ability. But, forbear I say, he dies that touches any of this fruit, till I and my affairs for answer.
Well, if you will not be answered with reason, I must die.
What would you have? Your gentleness shall force more than your force move us to gentleness. Sit down and feed, and welcome to our table.
Speak you so gently. Pardon me, I pray you, I thought that all things had been savage here. Then but forbear your food for a little while. There is a poor, old man between two mixed evils, age and hunger. I will not touch a bit.
Go find him out, and we shall nothing waste till you return.
Thank ye most for him.
Thou seest we're not all alone unhappy. This wide and universal theater presents more woeful pageants than the scene wherein which we play in.
All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. Told this. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts, his acts being 7 stages. At first, the infant, mewling and puking in the nurse's arms, and then the whining schoolboy, with his satchel and his shining morning face, creeping like a snail, unwillingly to school. And then the lover, sighing like furnace, with a woeful ballad made to his mistress's eyebrow. And then a soldier, full of strange oaths and bearded like the pard, jealous in honor, sudden and quick in quarrel, seeking out the bubble reputation even in the cannon's mouth. And on a justice, with fair, round belly and good cap lined, with eyes severe and a beard of formal cut, full of wise saws and modern instances, and so he plays his part. 6th age shifts into a lean and slippered pantaloon, with spectacles on nose and pouch on side, his youthful hose well saved, a world too wide for his shrunk shank, and his big, manly voice turning again towards a childish treble, pipes and whistles in his sound. Last scene of all that ends this strange, eventful history is second childishness and mere oblivion. Sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything.
Welcome. Set down your venerable burthen and let him feed.
I thank you most for him.
So need you must, for I scarce could thank you for myself.
Welcome. Fall to. I will not trouble you as yet to question you about your fortunes. Give us some music and cousins sing.
Blow, blow, thou winter wind, thou art not so unkind as man's ingratitude. Thy tooth is not so keen, because thou art not seen, although thy breath be rude. Hi-ho, sing hi-ho, unto the green holly. Most friendship is feigning, was loving, was folly, then hi-ho, the holly, this life is most jolly. Freeze, freeze, thou bitter sky, thou dost not bite so nigh, as benefits for God. Though thou the water's ward, thy sting is not so sharp, as friend remember not. Hi-ho, sing.
If that you were the good Sir Rowland's son, as you have whispered faithfully you were, be truly welcome hither. Good old man, thou art right welcome as thy master is. Support him by the arm. And give me your hand. And let me all your fortunes understand.
How live you the shepherd's life, Master Touchstone?
Truly, in respect of itself, it is a good life. Now, in respect that it is a shepherd's life, it is not. Now, in respect that it is private, I like it very well. But in respect that it is solitary, it is very vile life. Now, in respect that it is in the field, it pleaseth me well. But in respect that it is not in the court, it is very tedious. Hast any philosophy in thee, shepherd?
No more than the more that one sickens, the worse at ease he is. He that wants money, means, and content is without but 3 good friends. Good fields make for fat sheep, and a great cause of night is lack of sun.
Such a one is a natural philosopher. Was ever in court, shepherd?
No, truly.
Thou art damned.
By not being in court, thy reason.
Why, if thou never wast in court, then thou never sawest good manners. If thou never sawest good manners, then thy manners must be wicked. And wickedness is sin, and sin is damnation. You are in a perilous state, shepherd.
Not a whit, Master Touchstone. For those that are good manners in court are as ridiculous in country as those that are good manners in country are mockable in court. You once told me that you salute not in court, but kiss each other's hands. Such a courtesy would be most uncleanly if courtiers were shepherds.
Instance, briefly, come, instance.
Oh, we're handling our ewes. Their fells are greasy.
Do not your courtier's hands sweat? And is not the grease of a mutton as wholesome as the sweat of a man shallow? A better instance, I say, come.
Too courtly a wit for me, Master Touchstone. I'll rest.
Wilt thou rest down?
Here comes young Master Ganymede, my new mistress's brother.
To Western Inn, no jewel is like Rosalind. Her worth being mounted on the wind, through all the world bears Rosalind. All the pictures fairest lined are but black to Rosaline. Well, let no fair be kept in mind but the fair of Rosaline.
I'll rhyme you so 8 years together.
Out, fool.
For a taste. If a heart do lack a hind, let him seek out Rosaline. If a cat do after pine, so be sure will Rosaline. Winter garments must be lined, so must slender Rosaline. They that reap must sheaf and bind, then to cart will Rosaline. Sweetest nut hath sourest rind, such a nut is Rosaline. He that sweetest rose shall find, must find the prick in Rosaline. Oh, these are the very false gallop of verses. Why do you infect yourself with them?
Peace, you dull fool. I found them on a tree.
Truly, the tree yields bad fruit.
Peace, here comes my sister reading. Stand aside.
Why should this a desert be? For it is unpeopled, no. Tongues I'll hang on every tree that shall civil saying shuffle. Some, how brief the life of man runs his erring pilgrimage, that the stretching of a span buckles in his sum of age. Some, a violated vows twixt the souls of friend and friend, but upon the fairest vows, or at every sentence end, will I, Rosalinda, write, teaching all that read to know.
Oh, most gentle pulpiter, what tedious homily have you wearied your parishioners withal, and never cried, have patience, good people.
How now? Back, friends. Shepherd, go off a little. Go with him, sir.
Come, shepherd, let us make an honorable retreat.
Didst thou hear these verses?
Oh, yes, and more too, for some of them had in them more feet than the verses would bear.
But know you who hath done this?
Is it a man?
And a chain you once wore about his neck?
I pray thee, who is it?
Oh, Lord, Lord, change you color.
Nay, but who is it? Tell me who it is, and speak now with most petitionary vehemence. Tell me who it is.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful and most wonderful, wonderful, and then again wonderful and out of all hooping.
Good my complexion. Dost thou think, though I am caparisoned like a man, that I have a doublet and hose in my disposition? I prithee, tell me who it is, and speak quickly. And prithee, take the cork out of thy mouth, that I may drink thy tidings.
So you may put a man in your belly?
What manner of man? Is he of God's making? Is his head worth a hat, his chin worth a beard?
Nay, he hath but a little beard. It is young Orlando that swooped at the wrestler's heels, and your heart both in an instant.
Orlando!
Orlando!
Alas the day! What shall I do with my doublet and hose? What did he when thou sawest him? What said he? How looked he? Wherein went he? What makes he here? Where remains he? How parted he with thee? And when shalt thou see him again? Answer me in one word.
You must borrow me Gargantua's mouth first.
But does he know that I am in this forest and in man's apparel? Ah! Looks he as freshly he did the day he wrestled?
I found him under a tree, like a dropped acorn.
It very well might be called Job's tree, as it gives forth such fruit.
Give me audience, good madam.
Proceed.
There lay he stretched along like a wounded knight.
Oh, though it be pity to see such a sight, it well becomes the ground.
He was furnished like a hunter.
Oh, ominous, he comes to kill my heart.
I would sing my song without a burden, thou bringest me out of tune.
Dost thou not know I am a woman? When I think, I must speak.
Oh, you bring me out. Soft. Comes he not here?
Does he slink by and note him?
Well, I thank you for your company. Oh, but good faith I'd as lief have been myself alone.
And so had I, but yet for fashion's sake, I thank you too for your society.
God be with you, and let's meet as little as we can.
I pray we be better strangers.
I pray you, mar no more trees with writing love songs in their barks.
I pray you, bar no more of my verses with reading them ill-favoredly.
Rosalind is your love's name?
Yes, just.
Oh, I do not like her name.
There was no thought of pleasing you when she was christened.
You have a nimble wit. Will you sit with me? And we two will rail against our mistress the world and all our miseries.
I will chide no breather but myself, against whom I know most faults.
The worst fault you have is to be in love.
It is a fault I would not change for your best virtue. I'm weary of you.
Oh, by my choice, I was seeking for a fool in the forest when I found you.
Look but in the brook, and you shall see him.
Oh, I'll tarry no longer with you. Farewell, good Signor Love.
Well, have a good day, Mr. Melancholy.
I will speak to him like a saucy lackey, and under that habit play the knave with him. Do you hear, Forrester?
Very well. What would you?
I pray you, what is it o'clock?
You should ask what time of day. There's no clock in the forest.
Then there is no true lover in the forest, else sighing every minute and groaning every hour would detect the lazy foot of time as well as the clock. There's a man haunts this forest who is abusing our young plants with carving Rosalind on their barks, hangs odes on hawthorns and elegies on brambles, all forsooth deifying the name of Rosalind. If I could beat that fancy monger, I would give him some good counsel, for he seems to have the quotidian of love upon him.
I am he that is so love-shaped. I pray you, tell me a remedy.
There is none of my uncle's marks upon you. He taught me how to know a man in love, in which case of rushes, I am sure you are no prisoner.
What were his marks?
A lean cheek, which you have none, a blue eye and sunken, which you have none, an unquestionable spirit, which you have none, a beard neglected, which you have none.
I mean, a fair youth by the white hand. I mean, if I could make thee believe I love, I would.
Me believe it. You may as soon make her that you love believe it, which she is apter to do than confess she does. That is one of the points in which women still give the lie to their consciences. But forsooth, are you he that writes the verses on the trees wherein Rosalind is so admired?
Oh, by the white hand of the Rosalind, I am that he, that unfortunate he.
But are you so in love as your rhyme speed?
Neither rhyme nor reason can express how much.
Love is merely a madness, and deserves as well a dark house and a whip as madmen do. The reason why they are not so punished and cured is because the lunacy is so ordinary that the whippers are in love too. Yet I profess curing it by counsel.
Did you ever cure any so?
Yes, one, and in this manner. He was to imagine me, his love, his mistress, and come every day to my coach and woo me, at which time would I, being but a moonish youth, would grieve, be effeminate, longing and liking changeable, proud, fantastical, sallow, for every passion something, and for no passion truly anything, for boys and women are for the most part cattle of this color, would now like him, then loathe him, then entertain him, then forswear him, then weep for him, then spit at him, that I drave my suitor from his mad humor of love to a living humor of madness, which was to forswear the full stream of the world and to live in a nook merely monastic. Thus I cured him, and thus would I cure you, if you would but call me Rosalind and come to my coach every day and woo me.
No, with all my heart, good youth.
Well, then go with me to it, and I will show you my house. And by the way, you will show me where in the forest you live. Will you go?
With all my heart, good youth.
Nay, you must call me Rosalind. Shall we go, sister?
Oh, what knavery, Rosalind. Come on, please, good Audrey. I will fetch up your goats, Audrey.
And how, Audrey? Am I the man yet? Doth my simple feature content you? Your features? Lord warns us, what features? I am here with thee and thy goats, as the most capricious poet honest Ovid was amongst the Goths.
Oh, knowledge ill inhabited. Worse than Jove in a thatched house.
Oh, when a man's verses cannot be understood, nor a man's good wit seconded by the forward child, understanding, it strikes a man more dead than a great reckoning in a little room. Truly, I would the gods had made thee poetical.
I do not know what poetical is. Is it honest in deed and word? Is it a true thing?
No, truly. But the truest poetry is the most feigning, and lovers are given to poetry, and what they say in poetry they may say as lovers they do feign.
Do you wish the gods had made me poetical?
No, truly. Unless thou sworest to me thou wert honest. Now, if thou were a poet, I might have some hope that thou didst feign.
Would you not have me honest?
No, truly. Unless thou wert hard favored. For honesty coupled to beauty is to have honey a sauce to sugar.
Material fool.
Well, I am not fair, so therefore I pray the gods make me honest.
Truly, and to cast away honesty upon a foul slut were to put good meat into an unclean dish.
I am not a slut. Oh, I thank the gods I am foul.
Well, praise be the gods for thy foulness. Sluttishness is come hereafter. But be it as it may be, I will marry thee. And to that end, I have been with Sir Oliver Martex, the vicar of the next village, who hath promised to meet me in the place of this forest, and to couple us.
I would fain see this meeting.
God give us joy!
Amen! And here is Sir Oliver Martex. Sir Oliver Martex, you are well met. Will you dispatch us here under this tree, or shall we follow you to your chapel?
There no one here to give the woman?
I will not take her on gift of any man.
Truly she must be given if the marriage is to be legal.
Proceed, proceed. I'll give her.
Good even, good master. What do you call it? You are well met.
Will you be married, Motley?
As the ox hath his bow, sir, so man has his desires, and as pigeon's bill, so wedlock will be nibbling.
And will you, being a man of your breeding, be married under a bush, like a beggar? I'll get you to church and have you a good priest that can tell you what marriage is. This fellow will but join you together as they join wainscot, and then one of you will prove a shrunk panel and, like green timber, warp warp.
I am not in the mind. I better be married of him than of someone else. See, he is not likely to marry me well, and, well, not being married well would give me a good excuse thereafter to leave my wife.
Go thou with me, and let me counsel thee.
Come, sweet Audrey. We must be married, or we must live in Baudry. Good evening, good master Oliver.
Is no matter. They're a fantastical knave of them all shall flout me out of my calling.
Never speak to me, I will weep.
Do, I prithee, but yet have the grace to consider that tears do not become a man.
Have I not cause to weep?
As good cause as one would desire, therefore weep.
But why would he say he would come this morning and comes not?
Nay, certainly there is no truth in him.
Do you think so?
Yes, I think he is not a pickpocket nor a horse stealer, but for his verity in love, I do think him as concave as a covered goblet or a worm-eaten nut.
Not true in love.
Yes, when he is in, but I think he is not in.
You heard him swear downright he was.
Was is not is. Besides, the oath of a lover is no stronger than the word of a tapster. Oh, that's a brave man. He writes brave verses, speaks brave words, swears brave oaths, and breaks them bravely. Who comes here?
Mistress and master. I've often inquired after the shepherd that complained of love. The one you saw sitting beside me on the turf, praising the proud, disdainful shepherdess that was his mistress.
Well, what of him?
If you will see a pageant truly played, between the pale complexion of true love and the red glow of scorn and proud disdain, go hence a little, and I shall conduct you, if you will mark it.
Come, let us remove prove the sight of lovers feedeth those in love. Bring us to the sight, and we shall say, I'll prove a busy actor in their play.
Sweet Phoebe! Sweet Phoebe! Do not scorn me! Do not say that you love me not, but say not so in bitterness. The common executioner, whose heart the accustomed sight of death makes hard, falls not the axe on the humble neck, but first begs pardon. Will you sterner be than he who lives and dies by bloody drops?
I would not be thy executioner. I fly thee, for I would not injure thee. Thou tellest me there is murder in mine eyes. 'Tis pretty sure and very probable that eyes which are the frailest and softest things, who shut their coward gates on enemies, should be called tyrants, butchers, murderers. Now I do frown thee with all my heart. If mine eyes can wound, now let them kill thee. Now counterfeit to swoon. Why now fall down? And if thou canst, oh, for shame, lie not to say mine eyes are murderers.
Oh, dear Phoebe, if ever, and that ever may be near, you seek some fresh cheek the power of fancy, then shall you know the wounds invisible that love's keen arrow makes.
But till that time come, afflict me with thy mocks, pity me not, for till that time I will not pity thee.
And why, I pray you? Who must be your mother, that you insult, exalt, and all at once over the wretched? Though you have no beauty, for I see no more in you than without candle may go dark to bed, must you be so proud and pitiless? What means this? Why do you look on me? I see no more in you than the ordinary of nature's sail work. Odds my little life, I think she means to tangle my eyes too. No, faith, proud mistress, hope not after it. 'Tis not your inky brows, your black silk hair, your bugle eyeballs, nor your cheek of cream that could attain my spirits to your worship. Mistress, know thyself, down on your knees, and thank heaven, fasting for a good man's love. For I must tell you, friendly, in your ear, sell when you can. You are not for all markets. Try the man mercy. Love him. Take his offer. Foul is most foul, being foul to be a scoffer. So take her to thee, shepherd. Sister, come.
Sweet youth, I pray you, chide a year together. I'd rather hear you chide than this man woo.
Sauce her bitter words. Why look you so upon me?
For no ill will I bear you.
I pray you, do not fall in love with me, for I am falser than vows made in wine. Besides, I like you not. Shepherd, fly her hard. Come, sister, to our flock.
Shepherd, now I find thy song of might. Whoever loved that loved not at first sight.
Sweet Phoebe!
How it sayest thou, Sylvia?
Sweet Phoebe, pity me!
I am sorry for thee.
Wherever sorrow is, relief would be. If you do sorrow my grief and love by giving love your sorrow and my grief, we're both extermined.
Thou hast my love, is not that neighborly?
I would have you.
Why, that were covetousness, Sylvia. The time was that I hated thee, and it is not that I bear thee love. But since thou canst talk of love so well, thy company, which e'er was irksome to me, I will endure. And I'll employ thee too. But do not look for further recompense than thine own gladness that thou art employed.
So holy and so perfect is my love, that I, in such poverty of grace, I find it a most plenteous crop to glean the broken ear after the man, lose now and then a gentle smile that I'll live upon.
Knowest now the youth that spoke to me erewhile?
Not very well, but I met him off.
Think not that I love him, though I ask for him. It is a peevish boy, but he talks well. But what care I for words? But words do well when he that speaks them pleases those that hear. It is a pretty youth, but not very pretty. But sure, he's proud, and yet his pride becomes him. He's not very tall, and yet for his years he's tall. His leg is so-so, and yet 'tis well. There be some women, Sylvia, had they marked him in parcels like I did, would have gone to fall in love with him. But for my part, I love him not nor hate him not. And yet, I have more cause to hate him than to love him. For who is he to chide at me? And now that I am remembered, scorned at me. I marvel why I answer not again. But that is all one. Omittance is no quittance. I'll write him a very taunting letter. And thou shall bear it. Wilt thou, Sylvius?
Phoebe, with all my heart.
I'll write it straight. The matter is in my head and my heart. I should go bitter with him and passing short. Go with me, Sylvius.
I prithee, pretty youth, let me be better acquainted with thee.
They say you are a melancholy fellow.
Yeah, I am so. I do love it better than laughing.
Those that are in extremity of either are abominable fellows, and betray themselves to every modern censure worse than drunkards.
Why, 'tis good to be sad and say nothing.
'Tis good to be a post.
I have neither the scholar's melancholy, which is emulation, nor the musician's, which is fantastical, nor the courtier's, which is proud, nor the soldier's, which is ambitious, nor the lawyer's, which is politic, nor the lady's, which is nice, nor the lover's, which is all of these. But it is a melancholy of mine own, compounded of many symbols, extracted from many objects, and indeed the sundry's contemplation of my travels, in which my often rumination wraps me a most humorous sadness.
Ah, traveler. By my faith, you have great reason to be sad. I fear you have sold your lands to see other men's. Therefore, to have seen much and to have nothing is to have rich eyes and poor hands.
Yes, I have gained my experience.
And your experience makes you sad. I had rather have a fool to make me merry than experience to make me sad, and to travel for it too.
Good day and happiness, dear Rosalind.
Nay then. God be with you, and you speak in blank verse.
Farewell, Monsieur Traveler. Why, how now, Orlando? Where have you been all this while? You a lover, and you serve me such another trick. Never come in my sight more.
My fair Rosalind, I come within an hour of my promise.
Break an hour's promise in love.
Pardon me, dear Rosalind.
Nay, and you be so tardy. Come no more in my sight. I had lief as the wood of a snail.
Of a snail?
Aye, of a snail. For though he comes slowly, he brings his house on his head. A better jointer, I think, than you make a woman. Besides, he brings his destiny with him.
What's that?
Why, horn.
Virtue is no horn maker, and my Rosalind is virtuous.
And I am your Rosalind.
It pleases him to call you so, but he hath a Rosalind of a better leer than you.
Come, woo me. For now I am in a holiday humor, and like enough to consent. What would you say to me now, were I your very Rosalind?
I take some joy to say you are, because I would be talking of her.
Well, in her person, I say, I will not have you.
Then on my own person, I die.
No, faith. Die by attorney. The poor world is almost 6 billion years old, and in all that time, there was never any man who died in his own person videlicet in a love cause. Men have died from time to time, and worms have eaten them, but not for love.
I would not have my right Rosalind of this mind, for I protest her frown might kill me.
By this hand, it will not kill a fly. Come. Now I will be your Rosalind in a more coming on disposition, and ask me what you will. I will grant it.
Then love me, Rosalind.
Aye, faith, will I. Fridays and Saturdays and all.
And wilt thou have me?
Aye, and 20 such.
What sayest thou?
Art thou not good?
I hope so.
Why then can one desire too much of a good thing? Come, sister, you must be the priest and marry us. Give me your hand, Orlando. Sister, what do you say?
I cannot say the words.
You must begin. Do you, Orlando,
Go to. Will you, Orlando, have to wife this Rosalind?
I will.
But when?
Why now, as fast as she can marry us?
Then you must say, I take thee Rosalind for wife.
I take thee Rosalind for wife.
And I do take thee, Orlando, for my husband. Now tell me how long you would have her after you have possessed her.
Forever and a day.
No, Orlando, say a day without the ever. Men are April when they woo, December when they wed. Maids are May when they are maids, but the sky changes when they are wives. I will be as jealous of you as a Barbary cock pigeon over his head. More clamorous than a parrot against rain, more newfangled than an ape, more giddy in my desires than a monkey. I will weep for nothing like Diana is the fountain, and that when thou art inclined to be merry, and I will laugh like a hyena, and that when thou art disposed to sleep.
But will my Rosalind do so?
By my life, she will do as I do.
Oh, for these 2 hours, Rosalind, I will leave thee.
Alas, dear love, I cannot lack thee 2 hours.
I must attend the Duchess at dinner. By 2 o'clock, I will be with thee again.
Go thy ways, go thy ways. I knew what you would prove. My friends told me as such. Your flattering tongue of yours won me, and 'tis but one cast away. And so come death. 2 o'clock is your hour.
Aye, sweet Rosalind.
By my troth, and in good earnest, and so God meant me, and by all pretty oaths that are not dangerous. If you break one jot of your promise, or come 1 minute behind your hour, I will think you the most pathetical break promise, and the most hollow lover, and the most unworthy of me. Her that you call Rosalind, that may be chosen out of the gross band of the unfaithful. Therefore, beware my censure, and keep your promise.
With no less religion than if that were indeed my Rosalind. So adieu.
You have simply misused our sex in your love parade.
Oh, cuz, my pretty little cuz, that thou didst know how many fathoms deep I am in love. Oh, I'll tell thee, Aliena, I cannot be out of the sight of Orlando. I will go find a shadow and sigh till he come.
And I'll sleep. Look who comes here.
My errand is to you, fair youth. My gentle Phoebe bid me to give you this. I know not the contents, by judging, but as I guess by the stern brow and the waspish action she used while writing it, it bears an angry tenor. Pardon me, when I am but a guiltless messenger.
Patience herself would startle at this letter and play the swaggerer, bear this, bear all. She says I am not fair, that I lack manners. She calls me proud, and says she could not love me were man as rare as Phoenix. Odds my life! Why writes she so to me? Her love is not the hare that I do hunt. Well, shepherd, well. This is a letter of your own device.
No, I protest. I don't know the contents. Phoebe did write it.
That is a man's invention and his hand.
No, of course it's hers.
Tis a boisterous and a cruel style. A style for challengers. She defies me. Women's gentle brain could not drop forth such giant rude invention. Wilt thou love such a woman? Not to be endured. Well, go thy ways to her. I see that love has made thee a tame snake. And say this to her, I will never love her unless she loves thee. And if she will not have you, I will never have her unless thou entreat for her. Now, if you be a true lover, hence, for here comes more company.
Oh, good morrow. Good morrow, Harold. Pray you, if you know where in the purlieus of this forest stands a sheepcote, fenced about with olive trees?
West of this place, down in the neighbor bottom, but at this hour the house doth keep itself. There's none within.
Are not you the owner of the house I did inquire for?
It is no boast being asked to say we are.
Orlando doth commend him to you both, and to the shepherd he calls Rosalind. He sends this bloody cloth. Are you he?
I am. What must we understand by this?
Some of my shame, if you'll know of me, what man I am, and how and why and where this handkerchief was stained.
I pray you tell it.
When young Orlando last parted me, he left with a promise to return within an hour. Well, and pacing about the forest, and mark what object did present itself, but under an oak, a wretched, ragged man lay sleeping on his back, and a lioness, with cat-like watch, head on ground, when that sleeping man should stir. Well, this scene, Orlando did approach the man, and he found it was his brother, his elder brother.
Oh, I have heard him speak of that same man. He did render him the most unnatural amongst men.
Well, he might, for I know he was unnatural.
But to Orlando, did he leave him there food for the hungry lioness?
Twice he did turn his back and purpose so. But kindness, nobler ever than revenge, and nature, stronger than his just occasion, made him give battle to the lioness, which quickly fell before him, and in which, hurtling from miserable slumber, I await.
Are you his brother?
Was you he rescued?
Was you that so oft contrived to kill him?
It was I, but 'tis not I. I do not shame to tell you what I am, since my conversion is so sweetly tastes being this thing that I am.
But for the bloody handkerchief.
By and by, the lioness had torn some flesh, and all this while it had bled, and he fainted, and he cried and fainted upon Rosalind. Breathe, I recovered him, bound up his wound, and after some space, being strong of heart, he sent me hither, stranger that I am, that I may share this story, and that you may excuse his absence, and to give this cloth, stained in his blood, unto the shepherd youth that he in sports doth call his Rosalind.
Oh, how now, Ganymede? Sweet Ganymede.
Many will swoon when they look on blood.
There is more in it. Cousin Ganymede. I would. I'll take you thither. I pray you, take him by the arm.
Be of good cheer, youth. Are you a man? You like a man's heart.
So I do. A body would think this is well counterfeited. I pray you tell your brother how well I counterfeited. Hi-ho!
Take a good hobbit. Counterfeit to be a man.
I do so, sir. I should have been a woman by rights.
Oh, you look paler and paler. I pray you, draw homewards. Sir, go with us.
We shall find a time, Audrey. Patience, gentle Audrey. See, the priest was good enough for all that old man was saying. A most wicked Sir Oliver, a most vile Martex. But Audrey, there is a youth here in the forest that lays claim to you. I know who 'tis. And he had no interest in me going in the world. Here comes the man you mean. It is meat and drink for me to see a clown.
Good evening, Audrey.
Good evening, William.
Good evening to you too, sir.
Good evening, gentle friend. How old are you, friend?
5 and 20, sir.
A ripe age. Thy name William?
William, sir.
Fair name. Was born in the forest here.
Aye, sir. I thank God.
Thank God. Good answer. Art rich?
Faith, sir, so.
So is good. Very good, very excellent good, and yet it is not. It is but so-so. Art thou wise?
Aye, sir. I do have a pretty wit.
Thou sayest well. I do now remember a saying, the fool doth think he is wise. The wise man knows himself to be a fool. You do love this maid?
I do.
Give me your hand. Art thou learned?
No, sir.
Well then learn this of me. To have is to have. For is the figure in rhetoric that drink being poured out of a cup into a glass by filling the one doth empty the other. For all your writers do consent that ipsy is he. Now you are not ipsy, for I am he.
Who is he, sir?
He, sir, that must marry this woman. Therefore, clown, abandon, which in the vulgar is leave the society, which in the boorish is common. This woman, which in the common is female, which altogether is abandon the society of this female, or clown, thou perishest, or to thy better understanding, diest, or to wit, I kill thee, make thee away, translate thy life into death, thy liberty into bondage. I will ban thee with thee in faction. I will overrun thee with policy. I will kill thee 150 ways. Therefore, tremble and depart.
God bless you, Mary, sir.
Your mistress seeks you. Come, away, away.
Trip, Audrey, trip. I attend.
Is it possible that on so little acquaintance you should like her? That but seeing you should love her, and loving woo, and wooing she will grant, and will you persevere to enjoy her?
And neither call the giddiness of it in question, the poverty of her, the small acquaintance, my sudden wooing, nor her sudden consenting, but say with me, I love Aliena. Say with her that she loves me. Consent with both that we should enjoy each other. It shall be to your good. For my father's house, and all the revenue that was old Sir Roland's, will I estate upon you. And here, live and die a shepherd.
You have my consent! I mean, let your wedding be tomorrow! And thither will I invite the Duchess and all's contented followers. Go you and prepare Aliena! For look you, here comes my Rosalind.
God save you, brother.
And you, fair sister.
Oh, my dear Orlando. How it grieves me to see you wear your heart in a scarf.
It is my arm.
But I thought your heart had been wounded with the claws of a lion.
Wounded it is, but with the eyes of a lady.
Did your brother tell you how I counterfeited to swoop? He showed me your handkerchief?
Aye, and greater wonders than that.
Oh! Nay, I know where you are. 'Tis true. Never was anything so sudden. For your brother and my sister no sooner met, looked. No sooner looked, but they loved. No sooner loved, but they sighed. No sooner sighed, but they asked one another the reason. No sooner got the reason, but they sought the remedy. And in these degrees, they have made a pair of stairs to marriage, which they will climb incontinent, or else be incontinent before marriage. They will together. They are in the very wrath of love. Clubs cannot part them.
Yeah, and tomorrow will they be married. And I will bid the Duchess to the nuptial, but how bitter a thing it is to look into happiness through another man's eyes.
Why then, tomorrow I cannot serve your turn for Rosalind?
I can live no longer by thinking.
I will weary you then no longer by idle talking. Know of me then, for now I speak to some purpose. I know you are a gentleman of good conceit. Believe then, if you please, that I can do strange things. I have, since I was 3 years old, conversed with a magician.
Oh.
Most profound in his art and yet not damnable. If you do love Rosalind so near the heart as your gesture cries it out, when your brother marries Aliena, shall you marry her?
Speakest thou in sober meanings?
By my life, I do. Which I tender dearly, though I say I am a magician. Therefore, put you in your best array. Bid your friends, for if you will be married tomorrow, you shall. And to Rosalind, if you will. Oh, look. Here comes a lover of mine and a lover of hers.
You have done me an ungentleness to show the letter that I writ to you.
I care not. It is my study to seem despiteful and ungrateful to you. You are followed by a faithful shepherd. Look on him, love him. He worships you.
Dear shepherd, tell the youth what 'tis to love.
It is to be made of all sighs and tears. And so am I for Phoebe.
And so am I for Ganymede.
So am I for Rosalind.
And so am I for no woman.
It is to be made of all faith and service. And so am I for Phoebe.
And so am I for Ganymede.
So am I for Rosalind.
And so am I for no woman.
It is to be made of all fantasy, all passion, made of all wishes, all adoration, all duty, all observation, all honor, all patience, all impatience, all trial, all purity, all observation, and so am I for Phoebe!
And so am I for Ganymede.
And so am I for Rosalind.
And so am I for no woman. Ugh.
If this be so, why blame you me to love you?
If this be so, why blame you me to love you?
If this be so, why blame you me to love you?
Who do you speak to? Why blame you me to love you?
To her that is not doth hear, nor doth not hear.
Oh, I pray you no more of this. Just like the howling of Irish wolves against the moon. I will help you, if I can. I would love you, if I could. Tomorrow meet me all together. I will marry you, if ever I marry woman, and I will be married tomorrow. I'll satisfy you, if ever I've satisfied man, and you shall be married tomorrow. I will content you, if what pleases you contents you, and you will be married tomorrow. As you love Rosalind, meet. As you love Phoebe, meet. And as I love no woman, I'll meet. Well, go to, I've given you commands.
By my life, I shall not fail!
Nor I.
Nor I.
Believe, Orlando, that the boy can do all this he has promised.
I sometimes do believe and sometimes do not. For those that fear, they hope, and know they fear.
No. Patience.
Stop it.
Once more. Patience. While our compact is urged. You say that if I bring in your Rosalind, you will bestow her on Orlando here?
That when I had a kingdoms to give with her.
And you say you'll have her when I bring her?
And were I of all kingdoms king.
You say you'll marry me, if I be willing?
That will I, shall I die the hour after.
But, if you do refuse, you will give yourself to this faithful shepherd.
So is the bargain.
You say you'll have Phoebe if she will?
Must have her in death for but one and the same. Too much?
I have promised to make all this matter even.
I do remember in this shepherd boy some lively touches of my daughter's favor.
My lady, the first time that I ever saw him, he thought he was a brother to your daughter. But my good lady, this boy is forest-born and hath been rudiments and great studies by his uncle, who he reports to be a great magician, obscured in the circle of this forest.
There's sure another flood towards, and these couples are all coming to the ark. Ooh. Here comes a pair of very strange beasts, which in all tongues are called fools.
Salutations and greetings to you all.
Could my lady bid him welcome? The This is the motley-minded gentleman I have so often met in the forest. Oh, he hath been a courtier, he swears.
If any man doubt that, let him put me to my purgation. I have trod a measure. I have flattered a lady. I have been politic with my friend, smooth with mine enemy. I have undone 3 tailors. I've had 4 quarrels and would like to have fought 1.
And how was that taken up?
Faith, we met. Found the quarrel was upon the 7th cause.
How 7th cause? Did my lady like this fellow?
I like him very well.
God ill you, good woman. I desire you of the like. We press in here amongst the rest of the country copulatives to swear and forswear, as marriage binds and blood breaks. A poor virgin, no favorite thing but mine own. The poor humor of mine to take that no man else will.
By my faith, he is very swift and sententious.
The fools bolt, madam, and such dulcet diseases.
Is this for a rare fellow, my lady? Oh, he's as good as anything, and yet a fool.
He uses his folly like a stalking horse, and under the presentation of that, he shoots his wit.
Then is there mirth in heaven when earthly things made even atone together? Good Duchess, receive thy daughter. Hymen from heaven brought her, yea, brought her hither, that thou mightst join her hand with his, whose heart within his bosom is.
To you I give myself, for I am yours. To you I give myself, for I am yours.
If there be truth in sight, you are my daughter.
If there be truth in sight, you are my Rosalind.
If sight and shape be true, I then my love adieu.
I'll have no mother, if you be not she. I'll have no husband, if you be not he. Nor ne'er wed woman, if you be not she.
Yes!
Peace! Oh, I bar confusion. 'Tis I must make conclusion of these most strange events. Here's 8 that must take hands to join Hymen's bands. If truth holds true contents, you and you no cross shall part. You and you are heart and heart. You to his love must accord, or have a woman to your lord. You and you are sure together as the winter to foul weather. Whilst the wedlock hymn we sing, feed yourself with questioning, that reason wonder may diminish how thus we met, and these things finish. Wedding is great Juno's crown, oh blessed bond of boredom bed. 'Tis Hymen peoples every town, high wedlock then be honored, honor, high honor and renown to Hymen, God of every town.
Woo! Oh, my dear niece, welcome thou art to me. Even daughter, welcome in no less degree.
I will not eat my word. Now thou art mine, thy faith, thy fancies for me doth combine.
Duke Frederick, hearing how that every day men of great worth resorted to this forest, dressed a mighty power which were on foot in his own conduct, purposely to take his sister here and put her to the sword. And to the skirts of his wildwood he came, where, meeting with an old religious man after some question, he was converted both from his enterprise and from his world, his crown bequeathing to his banished sister, and all their lands restored to them again that were with her exiled. This to be true, I do engage my life.
Welcome. You must share in the good of our returned fortune and fall into our rustic revelry. Play music, and you brides and bridegroom all, with measure heaped in joy to the measure's fall.
Sir, by your patience, if I heard you rightly, the Duke hath put on a religious life and thrown into neglect the pompous court.
Yeah.
To him will I. Out of these converts there's much matter to be heard and learned. You to your former honor I bequeath, your patience and your virtue well deserve such. You, to a love that your true faith doth merit, I guess. You to your love and land and great allies. You to a long and well-deserved bed. And you to wrangling. For thy loving voyage is but for 2 months victualled. So to your pleasures, I am for other than for dancing leisures.
Oh, stay, Jigby, stay.
See no pastime I am what you would have. I'll stay in your abandoned cave.
Proceed, proceed. We shall begin these rites as we do trust they'll end in true delight.
We're on top of the world. We're on top of the world now, darling, so don't let it go. Can I call you mine? So can I call you?
Tis not the fashion to see the lady the epilogue, but it is no more unhandsome than to see the lord the prologue. If it be true that good wine needs no bush, why then 'tis true good plays need no epilogues. But to good wines they do use good bushes, and good plays serve the better by the use of good epilogues. What a case am I in, then, that I'm neither a good epilogue, nor cannot insinuate with you on behalf of a good play. I am not furnished like a beggar, therefore to beg will not become me. My way is to conjure, and I'll begin with the women. I charge you, O women, for the love you bear to men, to like as much of this play as please you. And I charge you, O men, for the love you bear to women, as I perceive by your simpering none of you hates them, that between you and the women the play may please. If I were a woman, I would kiss as many of you as had beards that pleased me, complexions that liked me, and breasts that I defied not. And I know, I am sure, that as many of you have good beards and good faces and sweet breasts will, for my kind offer, when I make curtsy, bid me farewell.
We're on top of the world. We're on top of the world now, darling, so don't let it go. Can I call you mine? So can I call you mine? I've got for a whole lifetime. How I finally just my mind. And I know somehow it's right. And